This perfume collection contains one of the worst perfumes that I have ever smelled in my life. Here are my thoughts on the Zara Musk Perfume collection. Zara Cashmere Musk, in 3 words, do not buy. I am not the type of person who lacks the vocabulary to describe fragrances that I don't like. As a result, I do not typically use the word stink to describe a perfume, but today is not a typical day. This stinks. It smells like rotten cheese. Zara Cashmere Musk smells spoiled. The opening was okay. There's a strong popcorn note that I assumed would soften and reveal a beautiful cashmere. It did not. Within 5 minutes, it started smelling like spoiled milk. Then it got darker, turning into spilled, stinky cheese, not the delicious kind of stink cheese. And then it got even worse, becoming fecal. It lasted for about 4 hours, one of the worst 4 hours of my life. I tried to scrub this off. It did not come off easily. Don't ever say I have never done anything for you. Obviously, this gets a 0 out of 10. Zara Linen Musk is a tropical fruity floral. At the first spray, I get a burst of fresh citrus from the bergamot. The frangipani note comes right after and brings a bright, fruity, tropical quality with I would describe as pineapple and solar florals. There's also a little bit of indistinct fruity sweetness, similar to fruit punch, which I don't typically like, but because the bright citrus remains throughout this perfume, it doesn't get too heavy or too syrupy. When it dries down, I finally understood why this fragrance is called Linen Musk. It stays tropical and fruity throughout, but there is a distinct freshness. Imagine laundering a linen shirt and hanging it out to dry in a tropical garden. It lasted about 5 hours on me with moderate projection. I rate Zara Linen Musk a 6 out of 10. Zara Merino Musk is powdery, woody, and a little bit sweet. At the first spray, I get a clean, musky, but bitter floral. Lily is listed as the floral note, a floral that is medicinal, a little bit earthy to me. Almost immediately, this fragrance becomes powdery, and with that bitterness, I can smell lipstick. There is a vintage lipstick quality, and I'm positive that this is because of the iris, even though it's not really listed as a note. At the dry down, there is a faint sweetness that is probably the caramel, not a strong caramel, but with some sweetness. There's patchouli listed at the dry down, but I don't detect it at all. If you hate patchouli but love powdery vintage florals, this might be for you. Unfortunately, the longevity is awful, only lasting about 2 hours on me with light projection. This fragrance leaves so much oil on my skin, but there's no performance payoff. And for that reason, I give this floral a 4 out of 10. Zara Musk Confidential is a green and herbal white floral. At the first spray, I get a sharp dose of florals, maybe with some bitterness, which comes from the citrus mandarin. It's not listed, but I also get jasmine and ylang ylang at the opening. Then the sharp florals take a backseat to a beautiful creamy magnolia. I don't get too much musk, but the magnolia gets sweeter in the dry down to transform into a soft vanilla. This is not a sweet gourmand vanilla. It's a light vanilla that does not overpower this fragrance. Zara Musk Confidential lasted about 8 hours on me with moderate projection. You must be a floral lover to like this perfume. I am a floral lover, and I give this a 7 out of 10. Now let's rank from my most to least favorite. Coming in first is Zara Musk Confidential. This is a beautiful floral fragrance that I think will be good for every day. Second place is Zara Linen Musk, a fresh take on a tropical fragrance, so unique. Unfortunately, the longevity is not where it's supposed to be. Third place is Zara Merino Musk. This perfume is nice, but the longevity is awful and not worth it even at $30. Last place is, of course, Zara Cashmere Musk. This perfume smells awful. It smells terrible, and I would not recommend this to anyone, not even my enemy, because I don't know how close my enemy is going to be to me. Anyway, if you want to see more reviews like this, if you want honest reviews, if you want reviews from somebody who prefers everyday floral perfumes and not those overhyped perfumes we see all the time, definitely check my page out. I also post a lot of other beauty content. I will also be posting a body mist overview and just quick first impressions on the body mist that have just been added to my collection. Until next time, I'm Pearl Denise, and this is Beauty Body Pearl.